comic, super funny dude. Put your hands together. Put your hands together. Put your hands together. Give it up for Joe Florian.
All right. Better than watching Netflix. Thanks for doing something different tonight. I like Netflix. I've been watching a lot of retro movies lately. I was over with the in-laws the other day, and my brother-in-law and I were watching Back to the Future. And of course, we start analyzing that old. We were watching number 2, and we're like, dude, this movie is about today. This is supposed to be their future, because that was made back in like the 90s. It's like still no flying cars. They were way off. It still could happen, but. And then we really started thinking about it, like flying cars. Like, do you realize like all that traffic that we drove in tonight on the freeway, would all be up there? So if a car stalled, that likely means that car's falling out of the sky. So me and my brother-in-law would be like, dude, watch out, that car almost fell on you. And me, like, my favorite musician is Tom Petty, so I always am listening to Free Fallin'. But yeah, that means that could become a reality too. And I'm free. I really am free falling. Karate Kid, that's another great retro movie that I like. I think they need to make another one of those soon, and they have to have Mr. Miyagi. I know, really, the real Mr. Miyagi did pass away, but they could have somebody else act as Mr. Miyagi. That dude was awesome. Like, he was so wise, he's like, wax on, wax off. And they could use all the technology we have today, like Netflix signing in, and, like Facebook signing in, and Miyagi-san would be like, Daniel-san, no look at Facebook, no look at, watch it. Sign in, sign out. Sign in, sign out. Jackass, that's another movie I like watching. Johnny Knoxville and all those crazy guys doing all the stunts. I did a little research online, and Steve-O, they haven't really made a Jackass in a while. And Steve-O in real life, like, he got into drugs pretty heavy and stuff, and I was a little worried for the guy. Apparently he started hearing like voices and had to check in with the clinic and stuff. So I did all that research, and then like a couple weeks passed, and all of a sudden I was like, dude, I think I'm hearing voices too these days. So I went to the doctor, and I was like, he's like, well, this is serious, Joe. He's like, what kind of things do you hear? And I was like, did you do the dishes? Hey, go take the garbage out. I told you to walk the dog. He's like, let me ask you something. Are you married? I said, yeah. He's like, Joe, that's your wife. So I'm married to a Mexican woman. She's learned most of my Spanish is from Cheech and Chong. I don't always say things or pronounce things in Spanish correctly. Like, I was like, hey, pendejos. And she's like, it's pronounced pendejos. I was like, well, I learned it from Cheech and Chong. Yeah, so I don't know, one of our first dates, I took her to a baseball game. It was bottom of the 9th inning, and my favorite player was up to bat. And I informed her that he used to take steroids. And we were dependent on this guy, otherwise we were going to lose the game. And he struck out in her Mexican tone. She shouts, go back on asteroids. I was like, steroids, honey. Asteroids are those things in outer space. We have a dog. We named him Benji. I have to take Benji to training obedience classes. I kind of wish I didn't have to, because not only did my dog get scolded, but I did too. I said, over here, Benji. And the instructor corrected me and said, now don't say the dog's name, say the command. I thought, I should have named the dog Sit. I couldn't have got that. Over here, Sit. Very good, Joe. So, oh yeah, the other thing. The instructor does not just tell the dog when the dog's doing something wrong, like jump on a couch or something like that. The instructor doesn't say the word no. She makes this weird sound. Like, that's how you tell the dog no. And she's got my wife saying it all the time. So that's all I hear, like a record around the house 24/7. And my wife doesn't just use it with the dog. I asked if we could make love the other night, and my wife shouted out, So, of course, around the house, I'm always telling jokes. My wife gets a little tired of that. smoking cigarettes. I'm trying to quit smoking cigarettes. There's an app now you can download. It sends you little alerts, gives you little tricks you can use. Like I got one this morning that says, instead of having a cigarette, think of something happy, like a puppy. And I got another one right before I got here tonight. It said, don't forget to track every time you have the urge to smoke. Yeah, and then, like I said, my wife doesn't like me doing the comedy all the time, so she found an app that's very similar for comics to quit doing stand-up. So I'm also getting alerts. Instead of writing a joke, think of something happy like a puppy, or don't forget to track every time you write a joke. So for my wife's sake, I'm down to 1 joke a day, so you might not see me.